Guys, we finally did it. We finally hit 9,500 motherfucking trophies. Now, I have to shout out AI to this because there's a free-to-play player we got there. We're going to get 10,000 trophies, a free-to-play player. I'm telling you. Now, I had to ask AI. I was like, sent a screenshot of all the cards I've got. This was their response, okay? And they were like, make this deck. I took it. I ran with it. It didn't really listen to me because my Royal Ghost isn't level 14, but I used one of them boost things. I went, I grinded for like an hour this morning, and we hit it. And we're going to go through the gameplay today. We're going to yap. We're going to talk about the channel. We're going to introduce myself if this is the first time you're seeing me. We're going to push the 10,000 trophies, and when I do this, mask is coming off. So let's start off right now, okay? We're in the first game. I think the first game was a sort of furnace deck, and you know what? It was actually okay. I was feeling myself. Like the new deck, basically, I used to have Skeleton Army and Firecracker. In this deck, it's Royal Ghost and Archers, and I don't mind adding the Archers because we're getting the free Evo soon, which is big for me. So I can just add that in. And yeah, it was actually okay, to be fair. The Royal Ghost, I'm actually vibing with him, to be fair. It's been a good addition. I've never ever really used them, even in a lot of challenges. So I was like, you know what, let's rock with it. As soon as I see the Pancake Tower, you know a Pekka's coming or a Goblin Giant. And I was like, this is a deck I struggle against with my normal deck because all it takes is a zap, or the furnace, and the skeleton army's gone. Then you've got your Mega Knight, but when it's leveled up and there's things like a witch behind it, and it's hard out here. It's hard sometimes, but we're managing to do all right. The Dark Goblin always dominates. Now you can say this is a no-skill deck, and I would agree. But I made this account when I was 14 years old. I took multiple year plus breaks. That's why I've got an 8-year badge, but I'm not actually like full maxed out deck. And I've just come back to it. They got me back in. Supercell know what they're doing. Last time I played, there was no lucky drops. I came back, lucky drops. My first 5, I got 5-star. Didn't even know what was going on. I was just opening all the stuff because I'd been off for 2 years. And they gave me Evo Mega Knight all 6 shards, hooked me in. Then I started looking at content, then I was like, I can make this content. Half these people are boring, just like, hey guys, look at this deck, how to get to 10,000 trophies. All you need to do is pay $6,000. Shut up, man. Shut up. This is what real content is about. It's about being authentic, it's about being yourself, it's about grinding, okay? Anyway, if you're watching the game, we're doing all right. We're just sort of controlling here. We're trying to just push with the Skelly Barrel, try and get our Furnace off the field as quick as possible while keeping our, our Inferno Dragon for his P.E.K.K.A. Because if he has E-Wiz, then it gets a long day for me. But because he doesn't have E-Wiz and it's just Zap, we really don't mind that at all. We can just keep pushing. The Furnace is getting an upgrade. If you're watching this and you don't know, the season's ending in like 6, 7, 8 days maybe. And yeah, Furnace is getting an upgrade. So we love that. We love that the Furnace is getting an upgrade because I hate that card as it is. I don't know who thought, I know it doesn't get used that often, but when I play it, I hate it because you need a big spell. You need a big spell, or it just chips and chips and chips. You can't ignore it. So I don't know why they're giving it an Evo. I think getting to 10,000 trophies is my goal next season. Especially with this deck. If I get Evo Magic Archers as well with this deck, I'll be happy. So that is my goal. But if I'm coming up against Evo Furnace a lot more, the only qualms I would say is this deck, if you're watching right now, doesn't do well against Royal Giant. Okay, Royal Giant, I've got 2 losses in a row, I've got my arse handed to me. Maybe I just don't know them interactions yet, because usually I'd have a Skelly army as well. Sometimes I'd swap in Goblin Gang and things that could actually like swarm other than my Mega Knight. But we don't really know what we're doing. We've just let the Princess run here because I thought, let that get a couple hits and deal with the P.E.K.K.A. because that's first and foremost, most important. Now it looks like this game's a bit stressful, but we're in control all game. You know what I mean? You've watched the gameplay. You're here, you're listening to me, yeah. We just keep arrow cycling essentially. That's what we're doing, trying to get down the witch but defend the P.E.K.K.A. at all costs. We know he's got Zap, so we're like, right, he's going to Zap at some point, so we need other troops ready. That's why I'm not playing anything right now. I'm waiting for my Mega Knight because I need it to drop on top. But the Inferno Dragon actually, saying that, maybe that's not what I was doing. There's definitely some point that I do that, so let me be, okay? We keep arrowing the Princess because, or the Witch, whichever one's being more jarring at the back, we need value. As long as he keeps clipping the tower, he's got no big spell, so I can just outcycle him here. That's what I was thinking. And I was like, as long as I defend the P.E.K.K.A., the archers can pull it to the side. Even if he uses the Zap, the Inferno's going to carry on. And at this point, he's out of ideas. He's seen the 50 seconds. He's like, I'm just going to put a witch in the other lane. That's going to do absolutely nothing. I'm just going to keep arrowsing, It's a bit of a boring way, but we got there in the end. You know what it is, we got there in the end. And that was the first win of 3, okay? Now, at this point, I was feeling it. I was feeling a bit nervous now. You can see what deck we're coming up against here. Classic. So we're 2 wins away. I thought maybe 1, but Supercell didn't nice me with 33 trophies. So you can see recruits, pigs, Inferno Tower, balloon. This is a sort of mid-ladder bullshit you put up with, and I remember once he cycled the first round of these cards, because I'm recording this straight after. I wanted to record it live, because that's what all my videos are. If you haven't checked them out, go check them out. Every other video I've ever done has been live, because I know it's more authentic that way. But I was that locked in, I was in the zone, I was like, I don't want to pick up my camera, because it was genuinely stressing me out so much that I can't get 9,500 trophies. One of my friends, like, I've got 2 friends who play Clash Royale in real life, okay? One of them's at 10,000 trophies. He has a full level 15 deck though. Not even paid to win. He's only got one that's full 15. But he's just played it for genuinely like 8-9 years and not stopped. He's 10,000. My other friend just hit 9,500 trophies. I was like, I can't get left in the dust, okay? Now, it started off with a weird trade, and I remember thinking, God, this person's got really expensive cards, and I actually usually do bad against people who just put in loads of 5 or 6 elixir cards, manage to defend and then build up a big push and double elixir. Usually I'm quite bad at that. When I see the Inferno Tower, that worries me because I like to get counter push value with the Mega Knight. I was a bit stressed, but I wasn't necessarily too stressed. I was just a bit angsty, you know, palms are sweaty and that. But, you know, we're still locked in. We're still grinding. It's like the gym, okay? I'm just going to let that play a second. I want to be the world's biggest Clash Royale streamer. At the minute, I'm super fat. Been eating loads of shit, but you can tell there's some muscle under there. You know what I mean? We're trying to get lean. We're trying to get lean out here. I've seen another creator, I forgot his name, came up on my Explore page, and I like the philosophy. If someone who goes to the gym a decent amount, he said, Clash Royale, you just need to get your reps in and you'll get better. And I took that this morning. I took this deck and I got 2 losses with it yesterday. And I was like, I was ready to just change. Like, you know them ones where you make a new deck or you get beat by a deck and you copy it, or you'd make one change and you're like, wow. And then you lose and then you just scrap it. I was like, no, let's not do that. And I actually played for the longest. I never sit down and play for that long. I think I played for an hour and a half, like semi-straight. And I managed to get over the line here. Managed to get over the line with 4 wins in a row. And I was super happy. But I know this isn't the usual style of video, me yapping. I'm just saying what comes to my mind as and when. If you do like the content, please stick around. Please drop a sub. We're trying to hit 100 subs before the end of the month, which is kind of hard because I think there's only a week. But we only need 35 subs, I want to say. I know that's quite a lot, but all it takes is one video. One video I posted the other day got me 18 subs and I was buzzing. You guys are actually so fucking sound. And if you haven't already, check out the Discord. It's probably popped up on the screen at some point, but come join me. I want to play, I want to make a clan, I want to play you guys, I want tips, I want tricks. I want to chat to you, man. We can hop on calls and grind Clash. You know how it is. Let's do it. But yeah, that was game 2. I think for game 3, it's just pure domination. This Supercell, okay, they don't half give you a lot of stuff. Bad stuff. But they blessed me here against Sabal. Because if I'm honest, between me and you, Sabal did not know what he was doing. Like, I couldn't have had more of a gift. When they gave me, okay, 9,497 trophies. I was like, you couldn't just give me the 3. I know you can give 33 out for a win. You couldn't just give me it this one time, could you, Supercell? No, I couldn't. But when I saw the deck, I thought it was going to be Hog Cycle, if I'm honest. Just some Hog Cycles have, well, not necessarily Cycle, but Hog Mega Knight, let's say them. But I wasn't too worried again because we'd not been playing people who had been that good with their like big card. There was no Zap or E-Wiz like issues because that's when I lose. I was a bit frustrated I took the hit, but I knew he'd used all this elixir, so I was like, that's actually a good trade. And then I just went, like, let's push. I am an annoying spam deck, okay? I'm not hyper bait, but it's bait enough. Obviously, I got 3 bait cards in the Dark Goblin, Skelly Barrel, and Goblin Barrel. When I played a hyper bait deck, I played one earlier and got my arse handed to me. Princess, Goblin Barrel, Skeleton Barrel, Dark Goblin, Goblin Gang, Inferno Tower. I don't have enough to deal with all of that. Like, my deck's actually kind of bad against it. Because the Mega Knight gets no value with the Inferno Tower. I think they had Valkyrie as well, so they could just shut that down. So my counter pushes were done. I can arrows one thing, like the log, for example. Then they've got Princess, the Goblin Battlement. Then they've got Princess, then the Dark Goblin comes in, then a Goblin Gang, and I don't really have like small splashy cards. But Anyway, this final game, Sabal, like I said, didn't know what you're doing. If you've been paying attention, I've just been pushing pretty relentlessly, thinking, right, I need to win here. Like that Ice Spirit's such a terrible play because that's going to get like a good few hundred damage. But like, what else could he do? You see the cards he's got in Cycle. He's panicking. Look at him tapping all them cards while my Dark Goblin just takes his tower down to 500 HP. Man, this feeling is like no other. If you are stuck in the trenches like I was, and yes, it's only 9,500. There's 15,000 trophies to get to, but we'll get there. We'll get there. If you are stuck in the trenches like I was, just keep grinding. Don't be afraid to try something new for one, and don't be afraid to like grit your teeth. Also, don't change things too early, but also don't just stay the same because no change happens if you don't change. No change happens without things that are scary or something. I don't know. I was trying to pull out a good quote to nearly end the video. But you see that, I threw a deep barrel because I thought he's going to be so stressed about what's going on down here. Let's just see. Caught him off guard. Simple skelly barrel. 27 seconds left. And well, spoiler alert, that's all she wrote, people. Now, this has just been me yapping for absolutely 11 minutes straight, okay? And I've not really spoke too much about the gameplay, but all of my other videos are pretty much live commentary with Yap. But I just wanted to just let you guys enjoy the content, see how I've played this deck, because although it is AI, it's kind of homemade. I've never seen this combo. Like, I've never seen Royal Ghost, like a bait deck. And I know it's probably a cringe deck, you know, whatever, but it's homemade with the help of my friend AI. Shout out that man. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and we finally got there. The push to 10,000 trophies is on for next season. I don't know how high we'll finish in the final few days, but that doesn't matter, because we're going to just keep grinding and grinding, and the next stop is 10,000 trophies and Ultimate Champion. Peace.